From divine Sister of the Light Natalia Alba, beloved ones, we are stepping into a new energetic month. June is a threshold as well as July in which we will have the opportunity to harmonize our bodies, preparing ourselves for a new integration wave in August, and especially in September and October, with the coming of the eclipses, great stabilizing forces that will invite us to immerse in our planetary work. We start the month as we finished May, by having Jupiter very active, as on the 2nd of June it trined Pluto. This is a very important transit that represents what is taking place at a micro level, the transcendence of an old self, a time for us to find our divine purpose as we retrieve our soul memories. The last time Jupiter trined Pluto was in 2016 in Earth signs. Now they are in air signs. We will not see this aspect again until 2028. It is a very important time as it represents expansion within the present transformative wave we are all immersed in. I will go deeper into it as the time comes, as I believe is a great cosmic ally and force to assist us in dismantling old beliefs and egoic layers, retrieving our power and rebirthing into who we truly are. Jupiter in perfect synchronicity with Pluto, as it is what a trine represents, will help us anchor change in the physical, as the 5 universal year of June also confirm, leaving aside old beliefs, situations, and habits, and creating more healthy ones is how we transform ourselves and continue rediscovering who we truly are and what is our main purpose. The disillusion of an old self occurs gradually, finding that if we look back, we are no longer the same person even a year ago. This gives us an idea of how much we are evolving, integrating, remembering, and anchoring. This is a time to adapt to change, utilizing the current energies to transform the aspects of ourselves and our lives that are not working anymore, even though the ego self often tries to maintain them in our lives. With transformation comes the opportunity for expansion, and this is what we are being asked at this time, to allow growth, personal power, and spiritual alignment. On the next day, we have Mercury entering Gemini. We have a lot of air energy to help us continue clearing our mental bodies, something vital to remove old beliefs, fixity, and disconnection from our mental bodies, as when there is rigidity in thinking, there cannot be expansion. With Mercury in Gemini, we first clear what is obsolete and limits the power of our minds, which can be an ally if we know how to use them. We step then into a process of mental clearing, in which we allow higher truths to be integrated. Both events are part of the preparation for contact that many of you are now experiencing, a process in which clearing the ego, the mind, and hence the power center is essential to allow what may be unfamiliar and unknown, but true to our being. A few days later, on June 6, we have a new moon in Gemini, together with the 6-6 portal. This is the peak of the process of mental clearing and higher communication that we are undergoing. Gemini helps us cultivate the mind, preparing it for synthesis and flexibility so new ideas, guidance, and clarity can descend. As the octahedron geometry associated with Gemini reminds us, it is the synthesis of the higher and lower mind that triggers the opportunity for higher communication, which starts by descending wisdom from our soul, as this is the most important illumined communication we should aim for before stepping into further contact with other beings. Self-reconnection is vital, and we can only do that when we clear the beliefs and patterns that reside in our mental bodies that limit this light descension. The 6-6 portal harmonizes change, which is the frequency of June, a 5 universal month, obtained from summing our 8 universal year plus the month 6 that represents June, 14 reduced to 5, a number that indicates the anchoring of change that is taking place at this time of all we have previously embodied. The 6-6 portal brings a more peaceful, harmonic, and soothing energy into our being. However, as we never cease to assist, for stabilizers and new Earth's anchors. This phase will signify a profound planetary work, as there are many grids and locations to stabilize at this time. At a personal level, the 6-6 passage asks us for balance, unconditional love, and compassion in both ourselves and in our relationships. For this is too a propitious month for us to work on our divine reunions, remembering that we too are here to master how to create balanced and equal reunions. Our relationships are the perfect way for us to master the ego self, as they show us what we cannot see for ourselves. On June 8th, we have Venus squares Saturn. On the 10th, the Sun squares Saturn, and on the 12th, Mercury squares Saturn. This is an invitation to remember the importance of inner work at all levels of our being, physical, emotional, and on a soul level. It is a time to work on self-love, our values, commitment to our personal journey, and in building balanced relationships. And with Mercury as well, it is too a moment to work on being disciplined, taking responsibility for everything we have created and said, for all is our creation and responsibility. On June 9th, Mars enters Taurus. This is a transit that will show us where we still resist change. Mars in Taurus is reticent to transformation, as Taurus likes stability and familiarity of what it knows. This is one of the great lessons of Taurus, to adapt to change. For Taurus has a great power to transform reality if it is willing to let go of rigidity and flow with change. Our courage to transform and immerse ourselves in change will be tested with this transit. When wisely managed, this frequency will help us be determined and persevering in what we truly wish to achieve next. It is all about releasing stubbornness and learning how to flow. On June 17th, Venus enters Cancer. With Venus in Cancer, we may feel extra sensitive, deeply emotional, and vulnerable. Vulnerability, when embraced, is a gift, for it makes you stronger in being able to read energies, places, and people, and express your feelings, rather than hiding them. It is also a wonderful time to take care of ourselves at all levels, as we too take care of others, and spend some time doing things that nurture our being and bring us joy. On the same day, we also have Mercury entering in loving and intuitive Cancer. This is a wonderful opportunity to stop all the mind noise and begin to communicate with our feelings, with our soul, learning how to lovingly communicate, first with ourselves and then with others, with empathy and compassion. Mercury will help us express our feelings fluidly, as many times, especially to those who are natural empaths, we tend to withdraw so much that we forget how important it is to communicate what we feel. 2 days later, on June 20th, we have the Sun entering in loving Cancer together with the summer solstice for those who live in the northern hemisphere, and the winter solstice for those residing in the southern one. With the Sun in Cancer, we have the opportunity to connect with the aspect of us that feels at home with all, and that reminds us that wherever we are is home, for we belong to the entire universe. This is also a wonderful opportunity to work on our female essence, but also on our 4th chakra, healing our wounded heart center from all non-benevolent connections. We now pass from the element of air to water, remembering the importance of healing rigidity of mind, flowing, surrendering, and allowing water to remove, dissolve, and take away all that cannot coexist anymore with who we are and where we are now. A period for us to work with our sense of protection, familiar issues that are still unhealed, and our sense of belonging to Earth. A time for us to become our own caretakers, remembering that if we are not aligned with our soul and take the time to release and heal first, we could not be of any assistance to others. On June 21st, we have a full moon at 1 degree Capricorn. We descend from the depths of our being now with Cancer to remember the importance of the earth, our bodies, and the physical realm. With Capricorn, we move to the earth again, anchoring all we have descended into our bodies, where ascension is truly happening. Capricorn helps us to go deeper into our DNA, which is how we achieve self-illumination. reconnecting our light body, which is a long-term process, and bringing all the changes and all we have previously descended and continue to into the physical. We end the month with Saturn retrograde on June 29th. During this time, we are being invited to work on what being spiritual means for us, for we all are on different paths and have different notions of how to be spiritual. Saturn invites us to commit, to walk the talk, and to pursue what we desire with faith, determination, and a strong will. For as I always say, where there is a will, there is a way. This essence will help us in being disciplined in what we wish to achieve physically and spiritually by shifting our belief systems, which is necessary to create more expansion from our minds to our tangible lives and a more creative way to live our lives. The focus is on creating alignment between heart and mind, so all rebirth comes from a unified perspective, which is when we obtain stable and lasting results. We are on an accelerated journey to become free, sovereign beings, which occurs when we take full responsibility and charge of our energy and personal choices. This year we are being blessed, for we are ready as a collective, with wondrous energies to assist us in our choices of conscious evolution. The choice is yours to make, beloveds. May you choose to continue embracing more love, wisdom, and power. With an infinite love from NataliaAlba.com.